Welcome dear students to another part of our class, Standard 10, Subject Science, Biology, continuation of lesson number 6. Today we are going to learn how do organisms obtain their food. The organism is unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular organism how they obtain their food, and multicellular organism how they obtain their food. This we will discuss today. The students, you know that unicellular organism they made up of single cell. The nutrition, the food is taken in unicellular organism by entire body surface, single cell. But in multicellular organism, the food materials are, that is specialized organs are there. These specialized different specialized part perform different function. So we can say that the organism unicellular or multicellular, the taking of food is different in different organism. Now we first will discuss the nutrition in unicellular organism. The example is amoeba. So first we will discuss nutrition in amoeba. Nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba is unicellular. In their body surface, the finger-like projections are there. This one. Students, these are the finger-like projection present the body surface of the amoeba. Using this finger-like projection, they take the food. In this, here the food materials is outside the body. Using the finger-like projection, they take the food materials from the external environment. That time, what happens? The finger-like projection that is fused over the food materials. Fused over the food materials, finger-like projection fused over the food materials to form a food vacuole. Using finger-like projection, they take the food, and this finger-like projection fused over the food materials to form a food vacuole. Then the food goes inside the food vacuole. Inside the food vacuole, digestion will take place. In digestion, the complex substance is converted into simpler substance. Digestion will take place inside the food vacuoles. After digestion, the digested food goes to different part of the body, and after undigested food that is thrown out of the body through this vacuole. So this is the nutrition in amoeba. Digested part that is absorbed by the body through the cytoplasm by the process of diffusion, and undigested part that is moved to the body surface and thrown out the body. This is the nutrition in amoeba. Next is paramecium. Paramecium is also a unicellular organism. In paramecium, the food taken by a specific spot. Taken by a specific spot. The food goes to the specific spot with the help of cilia. In this diagram, you can see that the outside the body that is the made up of hair-like structures. This is called a cilia. With the help of this cilia, the mood that is what happens? The food moves to the specific spot. This is the digestion nutrition of amoeba. So unicellular organism, nutrition in amoeba, and nutrition in paramecium. Then next we move to our next topic, that is digestion in human beings. That is digestive system. Human digestive system The human digestive system, the different organs that are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and anus. This is important for examination, human digestive system. Then when we eat the food materials goes inside the body through mouth. First one, human digestive system, that is begins with mouth and ends in anus. The glands are also associated with these all organs, so it is the alimentary canal. Then digestion, that digestion is begins in mouth. When we eat the food goes inside the body through mouth. Then these food materials, the digestion begins in mouth. The inside the mouth watery fluid is present. That watery fluid is called saliva. This saliva contains the enzyme is called salivary enzyme. This salivary enzyme, the breakdown of starch. So in mouth digestion start and breakdown of starch. Then next the food goes to food esophagus, the food pipe. Then after the food materials goes down to stomach. In stomach the digestion of protein begins. So the digestion of protein begins in stomach. In wall of stomach produces some glands. That glands are called gastric glands. Glands are called gastric glands. These gastric glands produce HCl, hydrochloric acid, and pepsin and mucus. The different functions are all this one. The HCl, the function of HCl, that is the make acidic medium. When we eat the food materials containing some germs, bacteria, or that will kills this hydrochloric acid. Then next pepsin, the pepsin that digest the protein, and next is mucus. Mucus protect the inner lining of stomach. Then inside the stomach digestion of protein begins. Then after from the stomach the food material goes to small intestine. In small intestine the complete digestion of carbohydrate, fat and protein. Complete digestion of carbohydrate, fat and protein. This complete digestion of these carbohydrate, fat and protein that take place with the help of some enzymes. So small intestine produce some enzymes and glands. Now we will discuss the glands of small intestine. The small intestine the glands, liver, pancreas, liver. This liver produce bile juice. This bile juice, the function, they make acidic medium to alkaline. Liver produce bile juice. Then pancreas, the produce the pancreatic juice and intestinal juice. 3 glands of small intestine, liver and pancreas. Liver, bile juice, the function of bile juice is the make acidic medium to alkaline. Then pancreas, in pancreas these glands produce pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice, in this pancreatic juice they produce 3 enzymes. These 3 enzymes are called trypsin, pancreatic amylase and lipase. Which one? Trypsin, pancreatic amylase and lipase. Then intestine juice convert this trypsin. The trypsin digests the protein and pancreatic amylase digest the carbohydrate and lipase digest the fat. So complete digestion of carbohydrate, fat and protein. Next, intestine juice convert this protein into amino acid. Protein into amino acid. Then carbohydrate into glycerol. Then fat that is converted into fatty acid and glycerol. Protein into converter, this intestine juice convert protein into amino acid and carbohydrate to glycerol and fatty to fatty acid and glycerol. Then the next that is complete digestion of food materials in small intestine. Then what will happen next? The digestion will take place. Then digested food is absorbed by the body. So in small intestine there is a finger-like projections are there. That finger-like projection is called a villi. What? Villi. This finger-like projection absorb the food materials. In small intestine, finger-like projections are there. This finger-like projection absorb the food materials. Then food material is absorbed food material. Then unabsorbed food or undigested food, that is sent to large intestine. The small intestine absorb the food. Then from small intestine undigested food is sent to large intestine, and from large intestine the waste material is removed from our body through anus. This is the digestive system of human beings. Different organs their glands and function of different enzymes, their role. So this is the end of our session today. We will continue with our subject on next part of our class. Thank you, students.